Welcome to Photo Story 3. It is a free and open source simplistic program that can be downloaded and housed in your Start menu. You can create video stories using photo, text, narration and music. Each story can be edited and adjusted during the storytelling process. Begin your story. The first thing to do is to import the photos that you have already saved for your story. Then we want to start editing it. Now, these have black borders, so we can remove those. I would like to remove both the borders, so I say yes to all. I've now removed. Now I don't like that photo in the front there, so it has a drag, and now this is the photo in the front. I want to edit that photo. I may want to rotate or crop it further or add an effect. Or none. I then might like to auto contrast, correct the color levels, which is making it a little bit richer, or if I needed to, get rid of red eye. Now that my photo is edited, I move on. I now add the title. I can change the font color. I can change the font, the style, and the size. I can align it to the bottom, the middle, and the top. I can align it to the right, to the middle, or to the left, where I'll keep it. Next, it's time to add the narrative. Then record. This is where you add your content of your narrative so that you can remember what you wanted to say. You can preview that. If you're happy with that, you can keep that narrative or you can delete it and start again. I'm happy with that, so we're going to go and just customize. So I could actually put some more motion into this photo so that I can get a little bit more movement out of it. I'm going to start the photo there and let it end there. I can then reduce the number of seconds, if I like, that slide is shown. If my narrative's small, I wouldn't want it to be a long 10-second movement. I would only want it to be a few seconds. But if it was a long story, I would want it to be that 10-second movement. We'll preview that. So I'm happy with that. I might also like to add a transition. So you can add a transition so that when you come and move to each slide, it can open each slide quite differently. You can pick one style, so you can add a little bit more movement into your slide. I'm not going to do that though. I'm going to reset, close. The next step is adding our music. We can select music and it will take Audacity files. But remember, when you're selecting music, you must make sure that you have permission to use that music and that it is not copyrighted. Because if you make a story that is got copyrighted music, you won't be able to put it up. So the best thing to do is to find free music or go into Creative Commons and find some music or create your own, which you can do in this program. Now, we've got a few genres there for you to have a look at. There's classical, country, dance, punk and jazz. I'm going to stick with classical. I'm going to stay with Amadeus. I'm going to say harpsichord. And I'm going to ask for some sad music, a low intensity with a very slow tempo. I'm going to play. I can then, if I like it, keep it, and if I don't, play around and find more mashups of music and make my own. But I'm going to keep that one. And you notice that it now sits here nicely within the rest of the story. What we have to do is turn that volume down, because remember, it is background music. So we're going to preview it. Once our music's in, we can then save the project into our computer to work on later and continue with our story, or we can save it to our computer or to one of our devices. I'm going to save it to my computer. I'm happy with the file that it wants to send it to. I'm just going to click Save to my computer. Next. It is now starting to process. It's generating the story. It's putting all the pieces together. Mixing in the audio and the video. Now we have our story. All done.